We're going to say at 6 o'clock and call this July 18, 2017 meeting of the Andalusia City Council to order. And we're going to call on Councilman Wells to lead us in the prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Let us pray. Father, we thank you for this day, and we thank you for the many blessings that you've bestowed upon us. We are a blessed nation and a blessed community. We thank you for that.
Yes.
Now, Father, as we go forward, let the words of our mouth and the meditations of our heart be acceptable in your sight. O Lord, you're our strength and our Redeemer. Amen.
Amen.
Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to welcome everyone to our second meeting in July. We always welcome guests, invite you to come and attend our meetings. We have we meet on the first and third Tuesdays of each month, with the workshop starting at 5 o'clock up in the on the third floor conference room, and then the regular business session starting here in the council chambers at 6 o'clock. Members of the council, you have before you the minutes of our regular meeting held July the 6th to consider for approval.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve the minutes of our last meeting as presented.
All right, Mr. Powell makes a motion to approve the minutes. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
A second by Mr. Wells. Any further discussion? All in favor, please indicate by raising your right hand. And that carries, and I thank you for that. We have no unfinished business. Under new business, our first item, 5A, is Resolution 2017-20, which is a resolution declaring 3 properties nuisance properties in our city. The first property, and these are all, by the way, weed abatement issues, not structural issues. The first one is at 207 Stewart Street. The second is 316 Stewart Street, and the third is Snowden Drive, a lot on Snowden Drive. Each of you have in your packet there photographs prepared by our abatement department personnel, and it's pretty clear that there's problems there with weeds, the weed abatement issue. So I recommend to you that we adopt the resolution and let our folks move forward on abating those problems on those 3 pieces of property.
Mayor, I make a motion that we approve Resolution 2017-20, the abatement of 3 parcels of property in the city of Andalusia.
All right, we have a motion by Mr. Mount to adopt the resolution. Do we have a second?
I second that.
Have a second by Ms. Griffin. Is there any further discussion? All in favor of adopting the resolution, please indicate by raising your right hand. And that carries unanimously, and I thank you for that. Item 5B is resolution number 2017-21, designation of engineering services for a community development block grant application. This is a possible grant that we hope we qualify for and get awarded for some resurfacing in certain parts of the city. We have to have an engineering firm to represent us in this matter, to file the application, follow up with it, and all of that. I recommend to you that we sign that by adopting this resolution, we employ Goodwin Mills and Kaywood Inc. They have a local representatives here in our city to make this application for us, to follow it up, and then to bring back hopefully a successful application. At that point, we'd move forward on some resurfacing in certain parts of the city. I know one area of this is over in the Auburn Avenue area of town, over in the southwest part of town, off of South 39th Street. And I'm not sure about other parts, but there are 2 or 3 other parts of town that this application might apply to. So we applied for this in the past 2 years. We did not were not successful in receiving this grant, but we hope this year that we will get it. This is a grant that's awarded by ADECA, which is Alabama Department of Economic and Community Affairs. So I recommend to you that we adopt the resolution.
Mr. Mayor, I make the motion that we adopt Resolution 2017-21, which, as you stated, was a designation of engineering services for the Community Development Block Grant application.
All right, we have a motion by Mr. Sconiers. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Powell. Any further discussion? All in favor of adopting the resolution, please indicate by raising your right hand. And that carries unanimously. Thank you for that. Our next item is to consider an ordinance. This is an ordinance that would extend the franchise award that was made to the Andalusia Utilities Board back in 2004 to provide the electrical, water, and sewer services in Andalusia. At that time, the council, there was some reorganization of the board, and the city issued a new franchise to the board at that time for 30 years. It's been 14 years since that time, and we are now refunding a bond, a 2009 bond issue that will, the life of the bond will exceed what's remaining on that 30-year franchise award. So we need to extend that franchise by 30 years from this year, which would bring it, carry it out to 2047. Since we are taking this up, hopefully we are taking this up tonight, because we need to take action on this so we can move forward with the refunding of the bond, we have to suspend the rules, because this is the first reading of this ordinance, and under our rules, we don't act on the first reading of an ordinance unless we suspend the rules. And I recommend to you that this is a routine activity. We're simply extending the franchise to the Utilities Board of the City of Andalusia for an additional 30 years so as to cover the bond period. And I recommend to you that we suspend the rules. In order to do that, I'm going to ask our clerk, if he will, to call the roll. If you're in favor of suspending the rules, please vote yes or aye. If you're in favor, if you are not in favor, you need to indicate no or nay.
Mayor Johnson.
Aye.
Mr. Sconiers.
Yes.
Mr. Mount.
Yes.
Mrs. Griffin.
Yes.
Mr. Wells.
Yes.
Mr. Powell.
Yes.
Okay, that is unanimous, so we now can take up the ordinance itself. We would need a motion and a second to adopt the ordinance.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion that we suspend the rules on extending the franchise to the Utility Board of the City of Andalusia.
Okay, we've already suspended it, and we now need to we need a motion to adopt the ordinance.
I make a motion to adopt the extending the franchise of the Utility Board of the City of Andalusia.
Okay, we have a motion by Ms. Griffin. Do we have a second?
I second.
Second by Mr. Wells. Any further discussion, questions, comments, observations? All in favor of adopting the ordinance, please indicate by raising your right hand. And that is unanimous, and thank you for that. No other action business to take up tonight. I would remind everyone that this weekend is the tax-free holiday weekend for the purchase of school-related materials, and I don't know what all that is, but all of the retailers certainly know what you can spend money on for and not have to pay sales tax, either no state sales tax, no county sales tax, and no city sales tax on any purchases made within certain limits on certain items beginning at midnight on Friday night of this week and ending on Sunday night at midnight. So just remind everyone of that. Remind everyone again that we still have July Jams scheduled for this Thursday night starting at 6 o'clock, and we got some local musical entertainment scheduled to come in. And then also the last Thursday night of this month, we will also have July Jams. Beginning at 6, we're gonna have the Suds machine running sometime between 6 and 7. The bands will start at 7 o'clock, and the fireworks show will start promptly at 9 o'clock. So a great night of entertainment. Bring the family out. We've had good turnouts, good crowds for the first two July Jams nights. Of course, it's here at Springdale on the campus of City Hall, and can only say to you that it's a lot of fun. Come out and be with your fellow Andalusians and neighbors and enjoy the evening. Anything else to come before the council? Hearing nothing, we will stand adjourned.